What's the cruelest joke your family played that crossed every line imaginable? When I was 15, my parents told me I was adopted as an April Fool's prank, not the cruel part. That came later. I'd always felt different. Where my siblings had mom's green eyes and dad's dimpled chin, I was pale with freckles and copper hair that came from nowhere. When they sat me down on April 1st with serious faces, my heart hammered. "We need to tell you something important," Mom said, reaching for tissues. "You're adopted. We got you when you were 6 months old." The relief was overwhelming. Finally, an explanation for why I never fit. Why family photos looked like a game of which one doesn't belong. Why dad's jokes never landed with me the way they did with my siblings. "Where are my real parents?" I asked, tears streaming. Dad cleared his throat. "Your birth mother was very young. She couldn't keep you. For 3 weeks, I lived with this truth. I researched adoption records, joined online support groups, and planned what I'd say when I found my birth family. My siblings were surprisingly supportive, helping me process this revelation that suddenly made our entire family dynamic make sense. Then my older brother let it slip. "I can't believe you still think you're adopted," he laughed during dinner. "It's been almost a month." The table went silent. "What do you mean?" I asked, my stomach dropping. Mom and Dad exchanged glances. Dad started chuckling. "It was just a joke, sweetie. April Fools. You're definitely ours." The laughter that followed was the cruelest sound I'd ever heard. "Look at your baby pictures," Mom said, pulling out photo albums. "You have Dad's nose and my stubborn streak." She was right. The photos showed the resemblance I'd somehow convinced myself didn't exist. But for 3 weeks, I'd built an entire identity around being adopted. I'd found peace in being different. "Why didn't you tell me it was a joke?" I whispered. "We kept waiting for you to figure it out," Dad said, wiping tears from laughing. "When you didn't, it got funnier." My siblings nodded, grinning. "We were all in on it," my sister added, "even when you cried to me about feeling like an outsider." The betrayal cut deeper than any prank should. They'd watched me suffer for weeks, building elaborate fantasies about my real family, and found it entertaining. "I joined adoption support groups," I said, my voice breaking. "That's hilarious," my brother snorted. "What did you tell them?" I ran to my room and locked the door. That night, I heard them still laughing about it downstairs. How gullible I was. How I'd actually believed I didn't belong with them. The worst part? They were right. After that, I really didn't belong. I never forgave them for letting me hope I came from somewhere else. For 3 weeks, I'd imagined birth parents who might understand me, who might love the parts of me that felt foreign in this house. The joke revealed something true. I was different from them. But instead of celebrating that difference, they'd used my insecurity as entertainment. Now, 20 years later, when they bring up the adoption prank at family gatherings, I just smile and change the subject. They still think it was harmless fun. I think it was the moment I realized I'd never truly be home with people who found my pain funny.